Welcome back to episode 47 of the Block Runner podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iman.
Welcome back.
All right, man.
Welcome back, Will. Welcome to America.
Yeah, so I just got back from Mexico. I had a death in the family, and so I took a couple of days off over the weekend, drove over there, took about 6 or 7 hour drive.
Yeah, man. There's no shortage of events like while you were gone, though. Fucking world's like crumbling one piece at a time since you left. Like fucking...
Yeah, what's the virus called?
Coronavirus outbreak.
There it is.
I mean, I think that pretty much... that's recent news. That's like people started hyping it up like a week ago or something.
Yeah. It's been a virus that's been spreading for a while.
Yeah.
But people are starting to die, and there's like thousands infected now.
Yeah, if you look at like some like charting statistics or something, like it's already like in some kind of parabolic growth phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They compare it to like the SARS outbreak statistics, and it's like way outperforming.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. I guess it's more contractual. Is that a word? Like you can contract it more easily.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it's nearly as deadly as SARS is.
I think you have like a 97 percentile of success or survival rate.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But still, I think people are really freaking out. Dude, everyone I know is talking about this thing.
But I think they're talking about it because it's like a virus, it's spreading.
Yeah,
but it's not one of the more lethal viruses.
No. But I mean, even if you get it, dude, it sounds terrible. Apparently, like, the people who contracted it like a month ago, they're still sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of these flu-like symptoms that it just doesn't go away. Like I think that most people, like any kind of sickness, if you're older or have some kind of compromised immune system, you're the most likely one to perish.
Yeah.
But still, man, you wouldn't want to get this. Like if you're young and healthy, you know.
No, absolutely not.
Be fucking out of commission for a month, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what virus would you want to get?
True.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it's got people spooked, right? Because, I mean, dude, how many movies have they made about, like, fucking zombie apocalypse? And, I mean, obviously it has nothing to do with zombies, but still.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like...
That's the one everyone wants. That's the virus everybody wants.
That's true.
So it says here that China now has more cases of coronavirus than it had SARS. So, yeah, so it's you know, getting its merit in terms of, like, coverage. Because this is a real thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, dude.
6,000 infections worldwide.
See, I didn't know that. Dude, it already passed SARS? No way. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Well, but anyways, there's a little bit of correlation. Some people, I mean, while this news has been like intimidating across the world, like the stock market on Monday had like a huge tumble. But it recovered since then. Yeah, people were like speculating because, dude, like a lot of Chinese businesses are getting hurt by this. Obviously, like Alibaba. I have a friend who's trying to start like a Shopify company, and he was trying to order some product from, you know, AliExpress or whatever, how they do it. They buy like cheap products from Chinese manufacturers. They bring it over here and sell them on Amazon or Shopify or whatever. But apparently, like the shipping costs has like gone up like 600% or something like that. It's insanity. You know, so that has a huge impact on the global market as a whole. And because of that, the price of gold spiked up and Bitcoin too.
Oh, I see what you mean. So we're looking at the S&P 500, and I see that dip, but...
Yeah, but it's recovering, you know. I mean, it hasn't fully recovered yet, but... Shit, dude. I mean, the stock market has been on such a fucking mega tear, dude. There's like any excuse for people to sell off, like, you know, this is definitely a good one. Some people are predicting like this is the start of a nice little sell. Dude, people have been like, depending on how hardcore this virus spreads, you know, people have been waiting for a reason to
like sell,
to panic sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this could potentially be it if it gets out of control, but I don't know.
It feels like they have it under control. It's just.
Yeah, but you know how the speculators are. It's like, dude, nobody trusts Chinese information. They think the government's just hiding the true, the true scale of the problem.
Yeah.
And then there's like videos coming out on social media, like doctors in hospitals and stuff. They're like freaking out because there's like not enough space for all the patients and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen all that, but I mean, dude, look at that. It's like a blip.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even noticeable.
Yeah, this would have caused me to panic right here.
Well, when was that?
September 2018.
Oh, that was like that's. I think that was the trade crisis, or
that's right.
That's just Trump doing some Trump things.
Yeah. So yeah, and on top of that, so my family member died. What was it? Friday.
Yeah, man.
We were there, had the funeral, and then the day of the funeral, we get back. It was like around 11 a.m. We get back, and then my sister, she screams out, "It's like, dude, Kobe died." I was like, no way.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
Legendary basketball player, dude.
And so I checked my phone.
Were you a genuine fan? Probably not, right?
No, I mean, he was. I hated Kobe in basketball.
I was about to say.
Yeah, in a basketball sense, I hated Kobe because he was so good.
And he always shit on the Rockets for like decades.
Oh, for sure.
For like his whole career, he just shit on us, dude.
He dominated him and Tracy McGrady on the Rockets, Yao Ming.
Yeah.
But
still, you watched him.
I watched him. I knew who he was. I knew how good he was.
Yeah.
I'm a big basketball fan. I've always watched the Rockets.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid watching the Rockets in 93, 94 win their first championship. And I was hooked. I was hooked then. And I've always watched the Rockets after that. I saw Tracy McGrady, Yao Ming. I thought they were going to win a championship, but they both got injured at the same time.
Crazy.
Steve Francis.
Oh, franchise.
Yeah, Stevie Franchise.
Yeah.
And then...
we got the new gen.
Yeah. Then, of course, James Harden was just...
Yeah, James Harden.
I mean, he's just, like, killing everybody. He's not even... It's ridiculous. It's like video game numbers.
Yeah, man.
So
I mean, I don't follow basketball too closely, but, like, what's the deal? Why haven't the Rockets won yet?
In my opinion, I'm starting to agree with everybody else. Is like the style the Rockets are playing right now. It's basically a one-on-one team.
One-on-one?
One-on-one team.
Okay.
Basically, James Harden takes a basketball. He does a dribble show, steps back, shoots a three, and that's pretty much the offense.
So it's like too easy to like game plan against or something?
And to James Harden's credit, nobody can stop James Harden.
Yeah,
right? He's just stopping himself whenever he's not playing well. It's really like the defense has not a whole lot to do with it. But anyway, so the Kobe death thing like really got me thinking about like our own mortality. And I think that's what really affected me the most, because this one hit me like Steve Jobs hit me. And Steve Jobs, he was like sick for a while, so like everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And but Kobe, just like that, he's gone.
So what thoughts do you have now? Like, do you have like revelations that you didn't have before because of this?
No, there's no revelation. It's just like it's like, man, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. I guess I think that's what everybody felt. You know, I reading a lot of comments. Just people. I mean, I know they're not like diehard Laker fans,
yeah,
right? Because like NBA is actually like a dying sport in a way. Like the ratings get lower and lower every year.
Yeah.
But anyways, like it seems like everyone was like really like everyone, not everyone, but I see lots of comments online like, "Oh, I was crying, all night. I couldn't compose myself." And I think it's more like
it's more of like a personal like take on mortality.
Exactly. I don't think it's so much about like the man career behind the man. It was just like this guy was so revered in our culture that like all of a sudden people were confronted with what you just said. That reality of like, oh shit, you know.
Well,
like,
on top of that, his daughter, 13-year-old daughter Gigi, was with him.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not like a genuinely tragic event. It is. It's tragic as fuck. But I think there's like a core human element to it, like that, like people got exposed to, like that.
Like if Kobe can go, any one of us can go.
Yeah, I guess it's not something most people don't think about every day. I mean, I think about it because I literally got like a tattoo on my fucking arm that represents, it says "Memento Mori," which is Latin for be mindful of your own mortality. That's literally what my tattoo represents. So every fucking time I look in the mirror, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die someday.
Yeah, I
like to be constantly reminded of that. You know. I think
that
motivates me in a way.
I don't think about that too often.
You don't?
I mean, I know it's happening, and it's not like it bothers me, because it's like science, man. It's just, part of the cycle.
Yeah.
But I don't think about it too often, and I don't know why, man. Like Kobe, I don't know. It was just like him going down like that.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy way to go out,
Yeah,
like for real. And it's just those people usually like don't die.
they don't. Yeah,
Like the legends of
Bill
like
Russell's still alive.
Yeah,
He's got 11 rings.
Bill Russell.
Yeah,
He's a Celtic.
Celtic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these basketball greats, they usually, they're all
Dr.
still,
J.
they're all still kicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fucking Kobe, but I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really to say about it other than it really sucks. It's crazy. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It's something we all have to accept, and
Yeah, for sure.
we gotta just operate in this realm of existence, like with knowing what the parameters are, right?
Yeah.
It's like we all have a limited clock.
If you knew when you were gonna die, would you want to know? I mean, if you could know, would you want to know?
Like to the date?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. Like the year.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I think it would be useful information.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think the more information, the better, in my opinion.
Yeah. That way you could literally like coordinate your whole existence based on like, exactly how much time you have to do what you want to do.
Yeah, you can optimize your
If I knew I was gonna die like next year, I wouldn't give a shit about anything. I would just spend the year like enjoying my life. You know what I mean? I know I got a year left.
It's like explore Earth.
Exactly, do some shit like that, like start crossing some things off my bucket list, like shit that like old people do, right? Because they know like death is nigh, death is approaching. But I'm like a younger guy. But if I was aware, like I'm dying at 30, then I would start doing some things. But obviously, you don't operate under that assumption.
No,
you want to like presume you're gonna make it to like retirement.
This is one of the things my brother says, and Elon says all the time, that Elon doesn't like to take vacations because it's too much of a risk. You could get sick, you can get into an accident, you get, so many variables you can't account for by going on vacation to some random place.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to take that risk.
You mean like visiting foreign countries?
Yeah. Any vacation to him, it's not worth the risk that something could happen. But I mean, he takes other risks. Like he could potentially go to Mars, right? I mean, he says he wanted to, but
dude, that guy's all about risk.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but he's about like financial risk, business risk, but I don't know about life risk. And if I were his advisor, I'd tell him, no, Elon, you're not going to Mars.
Oh, he's gonna go, dude.
No, I mean, eventually, like once it's like 80% of like safety.
Yeah, he'll go. He'll send some guineas out first for sure.
Yeah,
like some fucking crazy fucks who are volunteers to go first.
And there are plenty of volunteers.
Oh, I know
there's no shortage.
Of course, dude. Dude, would you?
No, I wouldn't volunteer.
Really?
No, but I would go to Mars.
But you wouldn't be like,
I wouldn't be the first ones. No,
because you value your life too much, right?
Yeah, I do. I think there's so many things to.
Well, do you have what are your
left to accomplish?
Okay, so what are your dude? Now we're getting like into life talk. Well, now I'm curious. So we're going down this rabbit hole, but it's like, what's most important to you? Like leaving behind like some kind of legacy, or just experiencing?
That's life? A good question.
Yeah. Because if it is a legacy thing, then that's not a bad legacy to leave behind. Like, dude, I was like a pioneer to like, traverse the solar system or whatever the fuck.
I think calling it a legacy is probably overselling it. I think at minimum, I wanna contribute to society in whatever way that may be. Mm-hmm. Like it could be, as simple as starting a company that helps people or makes life easier, and like even in the smallest of ways.
But I mean, you could reason like, dude, any job is contributing to society. So then really there's no like. I
disagree. I disagree that any job I don't think you're just contributing to society with any job. Like I when I was working as an engineer, I was, designing plants and being part of a team, but I didn't feel like I was contributing to society. I thought I was just a cog in the wheel that, I could be replaced, and it doesn't really affect anybody.
So by contributing, is like contributing your own ideas is what you're interested in?
Because I feel like I have ideas that had I, gather enough resources to implement those ideas, they would be effective. Now, of course, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not naive enough to think that my ideas are like the greatest and they will all work.
Yeah. It's like, y'all motherfuckers should like, give me all your money so I can like solve all Earth's issues. Nah.
Yeah.
You're not like that.
No, absolutely not. And that's what I think. I don't necessarily think I have like the solutions to everything, but I want to contribute. I want to contribute to like some of the problems that we have today. Just contribute to solving those
on like a larger scale. I had that same
on a larger scale.
Yeah, like when I was in college, I had to create. Well, I didn't have to, but I created my own little vision board. I don't know why. I probably watched like that documentary called The Secret or some shit like that, and I bought into it for like a month or two. Yeah. So I laid out like a little vision board, and for me, I was always like, when I had to select, like, what am I going to study? Yeah. I was always like my objective that I had to figure out. I was like, how do I impact the most amount of people? Same thing you're thinking. Yeah. So that's why I kind of like decided to get into like the science field, which obviously I'm not there now. But if there's a field that's going to be impactful to the most amount of people, it's science, it's biology. You know, there's a lot of people that we just talked about it. There's people out there who are getting sick. Biology is the source, right? That's like like this is what's going to source of life. Or the solution to a lot of diseases and ailments and stuff. I wanted to be involved. I guess my thing is I want to contribute in that aspect, like solving those problems. So, but then I had like an epiphany, like, you know what? You know what's even better? Like trying to get rich. You want to know why? Because you know what really solves problems is like money. Well, gathering resources. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could impact even more. Like Bill Gates doesn't have a fucking biology degree or nothing like that. He doesn't have any science. He doesn't have a degree of any kind. Exactly, but he's got the resources to literally cure diseases. Yeah. Right? So for sure. And then that's what I thought. I was like, you know what? Business is actually the way to go. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. And it's a result of the system that we're in. Yeah. Right. True. That's the only way to like solve problems is if you have resources to do it. And that, like there's really no way around it. You know, I do wish things were different and things weren't so focused on money, but true. That's it is. Just like you got to deal with, death and stuff. You got to deal with the current money system. Too. Yeah. Death and taxes, bro. Yeah. that's where we're living. And I'm looking for a particular tweet right now. From who? I can't remember his name. That's what I'm looking for. Wait. What's it in regards to? I think it's Andrew Yang. Oh, okay. So it's in regards to Andrew Yang, but it's not Andrew Yang. Yang Gang. Apparently he won a straw poll or something. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull up here. Okay. Actually, I have it. I sent it to you guys on Discord. Okay, it says the future is Andrew Yang. It looks like the election results for 2020 Iowa youth straw poll. So he got 24.5%, and the next closest was 21.3%. Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. I guess that's a pretty decent sample pool. 5,000 votes. I mean, I would like to see more. It's actually a lot bigger. Hold on, let me pull up the latest results. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a statistician, or whatever you call them, but I feel like you need a bigger. There we go. This is more like 26,000 total votes, and he's still winning, man. And I think it already ended. So he ended up with 22.6%, and then the next closest was 20.9%. Bernie Sanders. Wow. So this is Iowa, dude. These are like young people who are able to vote, who are going to be caucusing in about a week. So if you don't know... Wait. What do you mean young people? So this is a youth straw poll. Oh, dude, of course, dude. Man, you finoogled the fuck out of me, Will, dude. Well, still. It doesn't matter. So the thing about Andrew Yang is that he's galvanized people who don't normally vote. The young people don't normally vote. And so now we got young people voting. Yeah, but dude, still, like... Still, this isn't enough. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like No, I'm not saying it's enough. I'm saying like this guy, he's making strides in the most important state in voting. I agree. Like, this is good news, but like, what's it called, dude? Like the youth. Yeah, you said it. A lot of the youth. If you're gonna pick a demographic who's like least likely to vote, is definitely the youth for one. Well, that's the point. Is like that's changed now for this particular
cycle.
But still, like, if you were to see, okay, here we go again. You're the optimist, I'm the pessimist. But like, if you were, I didn't know this was a youth vote. But if you told me from the start, like, man, guess how much like Andrew Yang got from the youth vote?
Yeah,
I would have been like 40 to 50%, because that's his whole pretty much his base, dude. Because most of his outreach is online.
Well, has been online, but he's
and that's where the youth live. You know what I mean? All the boomers and shit, they exist on Fox News and CNN and shit.
Yeah, for
right?
for sure.
You know, where he literally gets no airtime.
Yeah.
So, but those are the people who they're like diehard. You know, they want to vote and stuff. I don't know. I mean, this is good and all, but it's just like
it's just a point. It's like a data point in all the data points that exist.
But what happened? Okay, so this is the caucus. You said.
Yeah, so in Iowa they do a caucus where next week, I guess where they get a bunch of people together in a room and they run around and like stand by
chairs.
Yeah, it's like they stand by like I guess a sign or something, and it's like it's different so there's different kinds of voting, right? They try to measure who's gonna win like the primary like candidacy. And so they employ different ways of voting, right? One way is making phone calls, and then those phone calls lead to people selecting which candidate they're going to vote for, or whether they vote or not, right? And so another way is to get a bunch of people in a room and basically eliminate like the candidates with like lower than 17%, and those who get eliminated have to select a particular candidate that is left from the group. And so it's like an elimination game. And so the reason why this is important is because it forces people to get out of their homes and go like actually participate.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Andrew Yang is one of the candidates who has a large participation rate.
Yeah, and Iowa is like a swing state, right? So
correct.
This is like one of the a majority of the states are like determined before elections even happen. Like Texas is always red.
Yeah.
California is always blue. Shit like that. But like there's like 8 to 10 states like in the Midwest are like swing states. So it's like it changes or varies. So it's like if you can capture those swing states, more likely you're going to win an election. So
that's right.
And so that's important.
If you don't already know, because we have a lot of listeners and who are not necessarily Americans, but Andrew Yang is the only candidate from this
good point, right?
This
list. Why do we give a fuck?
Yeah. From this list of candidates that you see here, like 10 people, who has a crypto policy. And so obviously us crypto people care about this stuff. So, and Andrew Yang happens to be, talking about things that we're experiencing in terms of like automation, job loss, all that stuff.
Yeah, he's in tune, with
I think what we're feeling basically, in the sense of like people that we talk to and what's going on with technology. A lot of stuff that's happening right now is all about automation and artificial intelligence, and we can kind of see where things are going, especially with AI, where it's going to take away a lot of white collar jobs and call centers, things like that. And that's one of the sectors in society that has the highest employment, right, in terms of volume.
True.
And so you eliminate those jobs, what are people supposed to do? Like the only option is become a coder, right? That's and then even then some coding like mechanisms can be it'll be AI'd away.
It'll be easy to like transition as far as like educating the next generation to better integrate into this new whole, automated economy and stuff like that. But the problem is like the problem with everything, like the reason why like fossil fuels are not like and shit like global warming is not being solved is because like the transition is not easy, man, to go from like fossil fuels to green energy.
Yeah.
Like that shit can literally destroy our economy if we just like, all right, we're just going to abandon everything that like we're founded on, like our fossil fuels. And we're just going to like switch over to green energy. Like it's like a delicate economic balance that you have to maintain.
Well, you're absolutely right about that, but there's like an element that we're not talking about, which is like economic influence. So when you have incumbents like Shell and Exxon and all these companies depending or their entire existence is on collecting oil.
Yeah.
They have a vested and monetary what's the word I'm looking for? An incentive for them to keep the status quo.
True.
And so that's something that has to be overcome by the collective, because otherwise we're not going to be able to move forward and be able to live in a sustainable environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the main thing that we're battling, really.
Yeah.
As the status quo is so hard. It's like inertia. If it's extremely hard to move like a boulder, but once it gets moving, it becomes a little bit easier to like keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're dealing with, like these incumbents.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, in terms of like Andrew Yang, I think if Andrew Yang is not the primary candidate, we're going to see Trump again for another 4 years. But that's my opinion. That's my prediction.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And if that's the case, we're probably going to see stock prices continue rising until he's out. Another prediction, until Trump's out.
For his whole second term, you think?
For a second term, yeah.
You think like he won't have any negative influence on the economy? Like,
well, I'm not saying like that will happen. I'm saying like I think he has a vested interest to keep the numbers up.
Well, for now, because he has to get reelected, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm like saying once he
gets reelected, like it doesn't matter what happens, right?
Yeah, then he could like Trump 2.0 can come out, dude. Like the demon's gonna come out. I feel because he doesn't have nothing to lose at that point.
That's a valid argument.
Especially if he beats this impeachment case, like come on, man.
Oh, for sure.
And all signs indicate that he will.
Yeah, he will beat it. He will beat it.
So like, dude, he's gonna come out of this like feeling like a god. Like, dude, you can't get me out this bitch no matter what I do. Like, he literally got caught, like,
Yeah.
I mean, allegedly he got caught. I haven't really looked at all the details.
So I haven't looked either because I really don't care. But
see, that's the thing. Yeah, nobody cared. But this shit's like 24 hours a day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
because they think people, I guess they think people care. And there's a lot more people that probably don't care.
Really, it's just politics. It's just Democrats and Republicans in the House and Senate. You're just battling right now.
Well, and then this is the third president ever to be impeached.
Yeah.
But nobody has been actually removed from their position.
No.
And that's the point of this trial that's happening right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, once I'm thinking Trump will probably get reelected. And
no matter what, or you're saying no matter what or what?
I think his base is too strong. And, like, everything that the Democrats do to try to remove him only makes it stronger and stronger. Like, they get more and more passionate. They're going to recruit more and more people to their side. Nothing.
There are two candidates, both Andrew Yang and Bernie Sanders, that peel away some Republicans.
True.
I think, in my opinion, and I think the data shows this, is that there are more Republicans who would vote for Andrew Yang than Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, like, that's what I'm saying. If Andrew Yang can get the primary candidacy to go up, like, imagine you see Donald Trump versus Andrew Yang in a debate stage.
That's what I want. That's what I wanted from the beginning.
That's like prime time television, dude.
To me, at least.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Trump's going to do his regular thing. He'd probably say something extremely racist, I'm almost sure.
Yeah.
Like, he'll make fun of something, like, as far as, like, him being an Asian. And like he'll get away with it.
Well, he's gonna get away with it.
But he's Trump.
But Andrew Yang, like his positivity, his like charisma, his confidence.
See, this is the problem, man. And like it kind of shows like on the debate stage, dude. He's a little too passive. He's a little too like pacifist. He avoids conflict.
I agree.
Which is actually like nowadays is not a good trait for a leader. Like nowadays, I mean. These motherfuckers are like cutthroat and they're like savages on stage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's hinging, but the reason is because he's hinging on a positive future. He wants to galvanize people by positivity, like in terms of we can create a better future by doing these things instead of like trying to pull down, like just talk negatively about other people's policies. Because ultimately,
But you can't. I mean, but dude, that shit worked. It worked for Trump. That's what I'm saying.
No, well, Trump. I mean, people were already frustrated with the system to begin with. They thought Trump was like gonna like hit reboot on the whole thing, but he's not intelligent.
No, I just want to see like the the dialogue between those two. It'll be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think it's gonna be like the only problem that I hate about it is it's going to be mediated by the fucking mainstream media, which is going to like make it suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But actually, no. When it's 1v1, it's usually a lot better
for sure.
Like when Trump and Hillary were going at it, there was some good,
that was like
there were some really
gold.
good nuggets coming out of that. So, but that's what makes me think it's not going to happen. I think more people want to see Bernie versus Trump. You know?
Yeah, I mean Bernie.
Just because Bernie, he's been yelling and hollering
for sure.
and hooting for years. You know, people, Democrats especially, are like, you know what? It's about fucking time we get him out there and like. Let him shine.
This man is on his last leg. He's already had a heart attack.
True.
Like, there's no way anybody can have any confidence in this guy for lasting another four more years in a stressful, high stress situation.
Yeah.
Like if you were diagnosing Bernie as a doctor, you'd be like, no, you can't be president.
Like an executive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that ties into like how important is that role actually? To be the president.
For sure, yeah. Then there's that debate, which is a valid one too.
Yeah, we don't even really know like if the president makes any decisions really. Like who knows?
Because like you got to pass stuff through Congress and they have to sign off on it. And
yeah, more than anything, the president's role is just to be like
the face
of the
United States. Yeah,
just the face of the company. Even the United States essentially is like a company
for sure.
So it's all about like I don't even know, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyways. Yeah. We're Yang Gangers for now.
Yeah. Did you see that he's got Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he's got Dave Chappelle like actually canvassing for him, like knocking on doors and making phone calls. Like,
yeah, I didn't know that.
And he's crazy. He's already been making like jokes on the phone calls. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, man. No, man, like for sure. Like if I were to pick anyone, like just purely based off their ideas, for sure, Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on his leadership qualities as far as like is he can he sit at the table with like these world leaders and like dominate?
I disagree. I think he will do excellent.
I don't know.
Specifically there.
Specifically?
Yeah.
Like I think he has like he's intelligent enough to where he could probably get respect from other world leaders and stuff.
I think the charisma is where he's going to get the respect. Like he's like a likable person.
Yeah, but see, dude, we're talking about like fucking killers here, man. We're talking about Putin and shit. We're talking about like legit gangsters who run countries and shit. Like you gotta deal with those people. You gotta sit down with them and you gotta dominate from like a man-to-man perspective. You know what I mean?
See, I'm guessing that he can do that. He just doesn't do that like publicly because he doesn't need to be like that publicly.
I just don't think it's in him.
Man, I hope you're wrong, man. I hope we can actually see this.
Yeah, me too.
This scenario play out because this would be the most fascinating 4 years,
bro. Regardless, man, like we're at fucking ridiculous times.
Yeah, we are. We were just talking about Tesla. What Tesla's like at $638 right now.
It's like in straight FOMO mode.
Like I remember, like not even 6 months ago, it was like at $230.
Yeah, people were selling off. Why were they selling off again?
Well, because he said
the Cybertruck announcement.
Yeah,
and like if the fucking window broke and we were selling off. And what did I say? It was like sell. But like, dude, this is a good buy opportunity. You get a nice little dip to like jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
because like everybody knows, dude, Tesla is not a car company, man. Tesla's like
it's a technology company.
It's an energy company, yeah. Like
energy.
They have several different products, and they're not going to stop there,
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's what like speculators are just now starting to realize.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're obviously successful with the cars and stuff, but dude, this shit's going to go crazy, man. This thing might be like it'll probably pass up Amazon one day.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
So, what do you think in terms of Bitcoin? Are we in the bull market like territory now?
I mean, like I think
because like if you think about it, we saw Bitcoin go to 14K, went down to like 6.5. Is it going to go any lower? I don't think so. I think the probability is extremely low.
I agree. I mean, I'm not expecting to see any kind of like crazy run-ups or anything, but
yeah, I've seen some predictions that it's going to go up to like 50K this year, and it's like nope.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that either.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to hit previous all-time highs probably at the beginning of 2021.
Yeah, I agree.
Somewhere around there. Like it'll probably breach 20,000 like in this time next year or something like that. I'm thinking, I don't really fucking know. But it's, one thing that's like, what were we sitting at, like a 9,000 or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like
9,200.
Is this drawing headlines like in the mainstream? Not really, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, not yet. But that's not the point. That's
No,
the crazy
that is
thing.
the point.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
If it was $9,000 in 2017, there'd be pandemonium.
Well, that's
right
when
now.
the FOMO started, literally, because it's like it's about to break 10K. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know. But my point is like, dude, we're there again, and we've been there actually for like 6 months or something.
But that's creating like a stable like bottom.
That's what I'm like. Yeah, and then that's what I'm tracing it back to. Like
what I'm saying is, a year from now, we're gonna be wishing it was at 10K. Just to buy more. Just to buy more.
What I'm saying is like this sentiment we're feeling, like it's just like we're like in a gray area, like in limbo right now. Like we're not bull or bear. We're just kind of like eh. But the last time the market has been is probably like
at 3,500.
No. That wasn't dude. That was like straight, like everyone was ready to fucking jump off a bridge, dude. What do you mean? Like it was
But it was
probably
like
in 2015, 2016, before the 2017 run up is what I'm saying.
Well, that's when you buy, dude.
I know, dude. But I'm trying to correlate today's sentiment to like from a historical perspective.
I don't feel that at all. I think there's a whole lot of optimism out there in terms of like the price right now. Like they're really positive. They're optimistic about the price going up at 9,000.
Yeah, I mean, you got these charters and these meme liners and stuff talking about golden crosses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. This is not a technical analysis thing. This is more like a basic sentiment.
From who?
From the general, like,
from not the general
Twitter
public,
pros,
like from the crypto community. Yes. Yeah, because we're, like I said, we're all, but we don't matter because we're already in.
Well, that's true. There needs to be some headlines in order to like get the price like actually going.
Moving. Well, I'm saying, yeah.
But the one headline is going to be the halvening. Everybody's going to hear about that. The normies are going to hear about that.
No, they're not, dude.
Oh, for sure they
hear
are.
About the last three or however many there've been.
Two.
Okay.
But that's, dude. They're going to hear about it.
Oh shit. No, dude. You know what people care about? Ones and zeros. That's all people care about, dude. Like they just, as soon as like the newspaper prints out like $100,000 Bitcoin. Just like the $10,000 Bitcoin, that's when people are going to notice. Ones and zeros, bro.
So they're not going to care when it's like 40K.
No, they're not going to care.
Wow, dude.
They're not going to fucking care.
Wow.
Dude. I'm telling you, dude, people are addicted to ones and zeros. There's something with our retarded brains. It's like we only understand ones and zeros. Like if it's 99,999, I'm not interested. When it breaks 100,000, you know, we're like, whoa, dude, FOMO. Because like that's when people print out the headlines.
Yeah,
we have that the mental barrier has been breached. That's when the real FOMO kicks in. I feel.
See, but our number system.
I'm basing that on nothing at all.
Is completely arbitrary.
I agree, but for some reason we really cling to ones and zeros, man. You know.
I don't know. I have a feeling people are going to go bonkers after 20K, and then.
I mean, if somebody has to drive the price, right? I'm talking about like mass hysteria, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like right now we're in this smart money phase. I
mean,
guess.
You have a point because when it reached 10,000, it quickly reached 20,000.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, that's.
But okay, so once it reaches 100,000,
I think that's
how high is it going to go?
I don't know. Like, nobody knows. Nobody knew when it broke 10K how high it was going to go. Only people who know are the whales because they're the ones who are going to sell.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10K, and then it doubled from there. So 100K, and then it's going to double from there? That seems...
It can go from 100K to 200K in literally a week, like it did.
That sounds so...
No, what? Why does that sound crazy, dude? It did that in 2017.
Think about it. It's 100. That's 100,000 per Bitcoin more.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's
dude.
crazy. That's
yeah, the amount of money that has to enter the market is like insane, but it could literally be that crazy.
Damn.
I mean, I could be completely wrong. You know?
See, in my opinion, I think it tops like at 120, 150, like maximum. Like that's like...
Yeah, I could do that.
That's like crazy 150.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. But anyways, regardless, I mean that's the thing about like Bitcoin, dude. All it is, we're just talking price here. You know, I was talking to Will about before the podcast started,
there's something backing it. It's not just like speculation. Like for example, the demand goes up when the supply goes down. So there's like some actual tangible aspects to Bitcoin price rising. It's not just like pure speculation where it just randomly goes up for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's reasons it goes up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the demand doesn't necessarily go up due to halvening events. It's just like
the demand goes up only because the supply went down. So I'm not saying all of a sudden people are more interested in Bitcoin because there's less of it being circulated. What I'm saying is because there's less being circulated, the price goes up.
Yeah. Well, mostly because of the miners.
Yeah.
Like they have
to.
Yeah, I mean,
and even then, like just because of the nonlinear regression curve.
Yeah, but all this is fueled by this happening. You know, this motherfucker Satoshi guy, he thought about all of this, like
for sure.
Because none of this is natural. You showed me like some kind of report or something. They use the word natural, and that bugged me. There's nothing natural about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. This is all man-made. That's like saying like, you know, the Bible is a natural product. Like that's a man-written
for sure.
You know, document. You know, a lot of people like to say like it's a word of God, but like, what do you mean it's the word of God? God wrote this? It's like, no. Nope. Like some dude did like 2,000 years ago, or a bunch of dudes did.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is another man-made creation that like some guy like concocted. He thought of all the necessarily incentive structures and elements in order for it to accrue in value over time. Now, he didn't know if it was going to work or not. Yeah, but it's kind of like a big experiment in like human behavior.
But what it sounds like is you're trivializing the invention of Bitcoin and blockchain.
No, I'm not.
It actually solved a scientific computer science problem.
Yeah. But the double spending issue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's nice.
No, that's not nice. That's been a legitimate computer science problem for, you know, the last, I don't know, 100 years, 80 years.
Yeah, but aren't there other like blockchains out there that have solved the exact same problem, but they don't have the exact same incentive structures aligned in order for it to operate? What's driving up the value of Bitcoin is not that. It's the incentive structure that's, you know.
Well, yeah.
The blockchain, there's other versions, you know, they got block lattice and stuff like that. You got other technologies that are actually way better because they're way more scalable. Yeah,
but Bitcoin is the only one that has a network effect.
I agree. That's where all the value is. Yeah. The network effect. That's something I didn't understand in 2017.
Yeah.
And something I've grown to learn over this bear market because I'm actually like digging deeper and deeper and deeper into these projects, especially Ethereum.
Yeah.
I was actually like an Ethereum hater in 2017. Like hardcore hater. I was like, dude, this is fucking this thing doesn't scale. It's a failed experiment. You know, I'm all in EOS because this thing actually scales. But yeah, man, the value of the network is everything. Like the developers, I
guess the ecosystem.
Yeah, the ecosystem. Yeah. And what's going on behind the shit that nobody actually really knows what's going on. You know, people who are actually using the technology to innovate.
Yeah, create stuff. Yeah.
Like that's invaluable. That's what's so crazy to me. That's why I think like Ethereum is way more valuable in my opinion than Bitcoin. But because of this incentive structure that Satoshi built into it, that's where it's like people are like losing their minds. It's like it's gold. It's digital gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like bad-mouthing Bitcoin.
There's also the fact that Bitcoin has like some of the best developers on the planet working on it.
Yeah, of course.
Like so there's more to it than just like there's so many network effects to it that you don't necessarily consider when thinking about the price.
But what I'm saying is the majority of people, that's all they care about is the price.
Oh, yeah.
All these developers working on it, they wouldn't give a flying fuck about this if there wasn't like, you know, that financial incentive, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, this is human nature, Willis. Like, it is what it is, man. This is what drives us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not to fucking. I mean, there's probably like a small segment of people who they really just want to, you know, decentralize everything, and that's a noble goal, and I subscribe to that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I have nothing to lose myself. I'm not fucking some corporate guy or nothing like that. I'm not like lynched onto this current system or anything. I'm okay with the idea of like decentralizing the economy.
Yeah.
But what the fuck am I saying, dude?
Yeah, I mean, you subscribe to the ideals of decentralization, censorship resistance.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, the majority of people, they're just, in it for the money.
Yeah.
I mean, you do with that what you want with that kind of information. It's up to you. I mean,
well, yeah.
There's really nothing to say about that. It's just, it is what it is. That's the only way you can get people, like, moving, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah. No, for sure. I agree with that.
But why did we get into that?
But there's just, like, so many things contributing to the price going up. That's what I'm saying. It's not, like, pure, like, randomness. That's my point. But
what's your idea of randomness?
Well, like, the price of Bitcoin doesn't go up just because there's nothing like to underpin the value of it. Like, it's not random that it goes up. It goes up because the supply goes down in the sense of, like, the rate of entrance of Bitcoin in the circulation goes down, and it becomes more scarce. Like
for the miners.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's just one aspect. Like, for the speculator like you and I,
yeah,
we know that there are less being entered into the economy.
Yeah, but that has no influence on my.
So you're willing to spend more for it. That's my point.
Well, yeah, because the only reason why we're willing to spend more is because it's got a freaking 12-year trajectory or whatever, 9 or 11-year trajectory of positive growth. So we're just trying to jump on that train,
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason why in 2013 we were like skeptical, right? We were just like, oh, not enough data.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it like this could be a scam? Like, that's what everyone thought back then. But now it's 2020. We're like, you know what? Most likely this isn't a scam anymore. Like, we're way beyond that point.
Yeah.
We were witnessing the network effect, and now we have 3 or 2 or whatever the fuck 3-year cycles.
Yeah, and the main reason we keep talking about this is because we don't want to miss the boat. We've missed so many boats. YouTube,
dude, tons of
gaming.
Boats.
Like gaming on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Amazon.
Creating apps.
.com
bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way I could have caught that one, but still.
Well, yeah.
Dude, fucking Tesla, man. Dude, you fucking whiffed.
No, I was going to buy Tesla, but I just didn't have the funds at that time. It was 2009. I graduated college.
Yeah, I remember, dude. You were telling me about like have you heard of this Elon Musk guy? I'm like, who the fuck is Elon Musk?
Exactly.
Like,
I've been telling you, man.
I remember that conversation, man. That was a long time ago.
And look at him now.
Dude, he's trying to like build spaceships. I'm like, what?
Why?
Yeah, it was like it was crazy. I didn't know shit about this guy, but dude, fast forward 10 years later, and he's gonna own the world, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first trillionaire.
Probably, possibly, most likely, unless he like fucks it up somehow. But anyways, dude, imagine. Never mind. I'm not gonna say. I was gonna imagine if he dies. Like,
dude, no,
dude, that's one man we must preserve.
Yeah, we
gotta protect that man.
Put bubble wrap him around them or something.
Dude, just put him in a bubble. Let him be a bubble boy.
Yeah,
or just I don't know. Dude, anyways,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is like these people dying, man. Like, I don't know why this affects like so many people. That's like the funny thing about these things. Like, you don't necessarily know them personally, but you get affected just as if you did.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of it's just kind of like I don't know.
I think the self-reflection of it.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also like the beehive effect, where like everyone just wants to like fill in. So it's like everyone just like, oh man, you're sad, I'm sad too. Let's all be sad together. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure that's one component of it. I don't.
Like I said, it's genuinely sad, but it's not to the point where like, dude, some people were like claiming like this is like groundbreaking event to them. Like, dude, my life is fucked up now.
No,
like, what do you mean, dude? Like, come on, you're living fine. Like, nobody was even talking about Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to like diminish the
impact.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying. That's why it's so weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were talking about Kobe every single podcast.
Nobody was talking. I mean, unless you're like an NBA, like, that's your thing. It's like
Yeah.
basketball. Then people would be like, hey, what's Kobe been up to? He's just like retired a few years ago. What's he doing now? You know?
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, if you know what he's doing now, I mean, he's trying to get like
apparently he made like a movie
women to become like play a bigger role in terms of like sports.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he had 4 girls, and one of them was gonna try to get into the WNBA.
Yeah,
and
apparently she was a shit too. Like she was awesome or something.
And the one that wanted to get into the WNBA was with him on the helicopter.
Yeah, that was like his golden child.
Right.
Like she got his genetics pretty much, his ball gene, like the baller gene, or whatever you call it. You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they were on a helicopter to go and play a game, like for her to play a game.
You know what else is crazy? Dude, when I fucking first heard, because like the day before, like LeBron passed him or something like that. In the all-time scoring. That's what I was like, dude, did he kill himself? That's my first instinct was that.
No, dude.
I was like, dude, was that really like that? Dude, come on. The timing was ridiculous.
The timing was ridiculous for sure.
I thought maybe like...
I remember LeBron James talking like, you know, what does it feel like to pass Kobe on like all-time scoring? And the way he was talking made it sound like he had already passed, like in terms of like actually dying. Like you should watch that interview, but it sounds like
what?
Like LeBron has already like knew that he was gonna die or something.
What?
Well, not in the sense. I mean, I'm not specifically saying anything about LeBron talking about Kobe dying, but the way that LeBron was describing that feeling is as if Kobe was already like gone.
Wow.
It's an interesting, and then the next day he actually dies.
Yeah, dude, that's like some weird shit.
It is pretty trippy.
I thought that was pretty weird. You know. But then I heard the story about like his daughter, they're just going to basketball practice. Like, no, that was just like a normal day.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, we're only talking about Kobe, but there were 7 others on that helicopter, like 2 families. Then the pilot himself died. So the whole thing was like just tragic. Like there's nothing good could ever come from this.
Yeah. Well, the good is like, you know, people, and I heard this from some people, dude, like, fuck, man. Like it's a good opportunity to kind of like unplug a little bit, man. Like it's bad for our economy and our society from a capitalist perspective, but like, fuck, dude, at some point we gotta like take a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there like working too hard to the point where like they're neglecting their families and like their, you know, the people that actually matter and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like this is a point where like, you know what, dude, maybe I should spend some more time with my kids or my wife or whatever, because you know they could die at any moment. That's something you don't think about.
That's true.
You try to put those thoughts, like you suppress those thoughts so you can be more efficient like when you work.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of like that's our culture, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, see, I think that's why this event was like, fuck. It was like a little bit like a plug got pulled from our little matrix machine.
Yeah, and that day that he died, there was a couple of basketball games happening that night, and a lot of the teams they would get an a backcourt violation, an 8-second backcourt violation, and then the other team would get a 24-second
like clock
violation, shot clock violation.
That was pretty clever. Whoever thought of that?
Yeah, because Kobe wore the jersey number 8 and number 24.
Yeah.
So it happened to work out like that.
And they postponed like the game, the Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers-Lakers game was postponed.
I really want to watch that game too.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're going to be doing something big.
Yeah.
Something.
I got to see that.
Yeah, something big.
But like anything else, man, you know, shit, the fucking ball has to keep rolling.
Yeah.
The gears got to keep churning.
It's true.
You know, we're going to move past everything like we always do, dude. I mean, you know.
It's true.
Life just keeps on going, man. We're just passing through, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real, dude. Like if you think about it, how like little we actually mean, like it's from like from a life perspective, like fuck.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the planet doesn't even need us. Like, it'd be better if we weren't even here. Like, the planet would be like way better off if we didn't even exist. But we do.
True.
You know what I mean? But that's the crazy thing.
So the main reason we wanted to get, so we're definitely late on this podcast just because a lot of stuff happened this past weekend. But
I mean, what's been going on in crypto?
not a whole lot other than like Bitcoin's. Like, to me, I'm sensing the sentiment in Bitcoin is like really increasing, and it's probably due to the halvening. But what we really wanted to talk about was like a debrief on Ben Kelly.
Oh yeah, the Axie Inifinity conversation we had. That was a couple weeks ago now, but
yes, yeah, it was a couple weeks ago now. And the reason we typically do an interview and then we do a post like debrief after that.
Yeah, usually like immediately after, because usually interviews last like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah,
so we got plenty of time to just kind of like reflect.
Yeah, and we got like system failure after that because like it was like 1:30 in the morning when we were finished.
Jesus.
Or 2 o'clock, something like that.
It was late, yeah.
And then like
and
batteries died.
That too.
Like
and we
system overload, like overheated, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so we're like, yeah.
And we were burnt out, so we couldn't. And then there was like already a 2.5 hour like interview.
Totally. But Ben, dude, he's one crazy motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he's
I said it from the start, like even before we started talking to him, like he was having some text conversations with you, like, dude, this guy.
Yeah, man, this got a high motor.
Yeah, he operates on another level for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And he obviously knows what he's talking about with Axie Inifinity. He's probably the guy that knows like a lot about Axie Inifinity.
Yeah, if you go back to the interview, he literally busted out with like a chart,
a matrix.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you probably have more experience with those than me. You seem to intuitively understand it quicker than I did.
Yeah, it's just a way for him to like visually be able to optimize like his breeding algorithm,
like just the combinations and the pairings and stuff like that.
Like with his team's work, you're able to know which 2 Axies to breed to get the desired outcome.
That's right.
And because
that's what the color coding was all about.
Yeah,
too, right?
So the desired outcome could be any Axie that you need in order to fulfill your team.
Yeah,
like so. And that's why he went from like 600 Axies to like nearly 10,000. I think the number was like 8,000.
See, yeah, like kind of like going through all of that. The thing that blew my mind the most is like, dude, like that like those mechanics and stuff when it comes to like creating these optimal Axies and stuff, and like to find the best way to battle, maybe even to like balance the battles a little bit, because there's a competitive element to this game. Obviously. I think they just had like a tournament like a week or 2 ago, but like this is all stuff that's usually like internally determined from like a game producer, like like Blizzard or something like that.
That's right.
Whenever they make a game like a MOBA or something,
their main goal is to really balance it.
Yeah, and then I saw this matrix. It was like, dude, like so much goes into like this.
He's definitely ahead of the curve because he may be one of the first ones like really optimizing his Axies for tournament games.
Yeah.
But pretty soon everybody's going to be building their own breeding engines and like really,
especially if there's money at stake.
Yeah, they're going to be optimizing their Axies for battle.
Yeah.
And there's going to be different strategies. Like this is going to be like a really deep game, like Dota's deep.
Shit. Can you pull up that video of the tournament or something?
Yeah,
just so we can get a look at like how it looks, because like he was talking to us for like an hour straight, like just talking about the breeding mechanics and all that. You're breaking it down for us, but we didn't have any visual. Here it is. Okay, so these are the actual Axies.
All right.
So let me mute this for a second.
Yeah.
And so let's just jump into like a battle here. So we're looking at a 5-hour video. And apparently this is the Infinity Cup tournament.
Yeah, by the way, like we've never seen this yet, so like we're just trying to we're just gonna look at a little bit of this and try and figure out what's going on. So there's 2 players. You got DeBoss and you got Z. So they're battling. Each one has 3 Axies.
Yeah, it's on 3-on-3, 3-on-3, and then each Axie has its own. The best way to put it is like personality in terms of like defense, offense, abilities, and
I wonder why it's got to be 3v3 just to add like more complexity. I guess it's probably because if it's just 1v1, it's too hard to balance. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
If there's 3, 3v3, there's more. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's 3-on-3, but
yeah. But yeah, this is obvious. It's a turn-based, so these are cards. Interesting. I guess the cards represent like the moves.
Well, it represents the moves, and you're not depending on. Let's say you have a 3-on-3, and these are the 3 most optimized like Axie you can get. Depending on which cards you have to play, like you could still lose the game. See, so there's an added randomness to it.
See, yeah, it just got 2 critical strikes in a row, dude. It fucked that thing up, dude. Yeah. It like hit it with its horn. It got 2 crits in a row. See, to a regular spectator, like, you know, a regular gamer, they might see this and be like, dude, like, what's so cool about this? Like, I could play, like you said, Dota, or I could play any game.
A AAA game.
Yeah. But the reason why this is important is this is, from what I've seen, this is like the first combat NFT game out there. And I think that's like their objective. From what I read their white paper, and they were like, you know, CryptoKitties is cool and all, but like, what do we do with these things?
Exactly.
That's basically what their white paper was all about.
Collectibles, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, it's basically like we got crypto Axies, you know, but you can actually do something with these motherfuckers. They're fighting, you know? So that's why this is really cool.
So this guy messed this guy up, but he's down to. And he's got to.
Oh, those are like their spirits, or their souls? See, that's a good little touch right there. That's funny. Dude, like this could be like a mobile hit for sure, like a mobile game.
Yeah, absolutely,
easily.
Yeah, and these are, again, folks. These are NFTs, so these are your assets.
Yeah, these are your actual. Think of them as like Pokemons, you know.
Yeah,
like you own this fucking thing, and each one is unique as far as like their attributes and stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, now it's a 1v1. Let's see what happens. I don't understand the cards yet. I mean, they're just moves, but yeah, we don't know exactly how the gameplay goes down.
Yeah, they're like attack moves right here.
So he just threw out 4. Oh, okay. So each one has to pick like 4, I guess. Oh no. Here he goes. Bink. Bink. He's about to... Yeah, he's dead. Wrecked. No, he's got like a second win. Oh, no, he fucking killed him. Defeated. There we go. Very nice.
So this went on for 5 hours, and I'm assuming there's like a climax to this.
I'm not sure if it's just those guys look like the developers. I'm not sure if they're just like demoing, or this is like a legitimate competition.
What? Crazy crit there.
He survived with 5.
Oh my god. 5 HP. No, it's not that. Is that. Okay, the tank is down.
Interesting.
Dude, they're like commentating.
Yeah.
we have a
They're ahead of the curve, clearly.
Alright.
So this you know, I can see this really taking off like in the esports. But like the main thing here is like we're battling assets.
Yeah. Yeah, from a crypto or NFT perspective, for sure.
Right.
You know, there's strategy involved, you know, because it's a turn-based game, and there's combat mechanics, and there's attack, there's defense, there's anything you would expect from like a Pokemon type game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the visual aspect. You know, it's got good aesthetics. Like, this is something that can attract a lot of people because they're cute. You know, they're puffy and like little, you know. It's a good design.
Yeah. It's attractive to the eye. It's intriguing.
Like, I could definitely see like some kids out there, or not even kids, just whatever. Like, if you're into this type of thing, you're getting attached to your Axie, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like a Pokemon. Like, you get your own Axie. Like, dude, I don't know exactly like what goes into the training aspect, if there is any at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can get like attached to your own.
Yeah, what I thought was interesting about the conversation with Ben Kelly is that the Axie company, they're trying to create ownership of land within the Axie universe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And people are already buying like a quadrant of land. Like one quadrant is available for purchase.
Yeah, so the game doesn't stop here. Actually, they're incorporating like an MMO element too.
Yeah,
like I guess they call it terrariums, I believe.
And then you can collect resources by like sort of like mining there too.
There's
maybe like not mining, but like
maybe
collecting.
I don't know. You're collecting resources, and I think there's actually like rolled bosses. The way Ben was explaining it to us, like the central point of the map, like rarer spawns, like maybe like tougher bosses. Maybe you have to like group up as a party to defeat them or something like that. But it's like in any other MMO, right? You defeat the boss, they drop items.
Yeah, there's a PvP version like this one we're watching, and then there's going to be a PvE.
Exactly. So that way, like people who, you know, they don't want to fucking spend tons of money to like optimize their breeding platform, you know, their breeding and shit, and like have like a deck of Axies who are like super OP. Just the battle, they can still experience the game, right? Like just do the MMO
that makes
thing.
Sense.
Yeah, man. So these guys are obviously gamers.
Yeah.
Like the team behind this project, they understand gaming. They know what gamers want, what gamers like. You know, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know your audience. But
so
man, I guess the overall thing I took away from it is like, dude, NFTs are evolving, obviously, and something that I really is like puzzling to my mind, like, will these, what you called it, AAA, like these AAA companies, when they see this shit, like, is there a business model for them to like incorporate this into their existing games?
Absolutely. To me, the answer is a clear yes.
Yeah, it's
just a matter of getting the mass population to understand like what they're looking at exactly.
Yeah,
because this isn't this isn't obvious that you own these creatures.
Yeah, but do they want their users to own those assets, or they're a centralized company, right? Do they benefit more owning these in-game assets?
No, I think there's a business model in there where you can have people own assets within the game
and still profit as much as they do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think there's ways to monetize NFTs more in a game than there are a centralized standard game like Destiny. Because, like, for example, in the first-person shooter called Destiny, the only way they monetize it, in addition to just buying the game, is looking cool.
Yeah, probably
doing emotes.
Yeah,
and
like Fortnite.
That's it. Like Fortnite, exactly. Just like the way you look, that's where they get their revenue.
Yeah,
and Fortnite makes a ton of money.
Yeah,
on just looks.
Yeah, at some point the video game industry just completely did a 180. Like it used to just be like, the only money they made was from the release.
Yeah, and the reason is because it takes way more money to make games these days. It takes more money to make a game than it is a movie.
Like a AAA game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like these indie games were so popular for a while.
But then again, movies make more money than games make more money than movies.
Oh yeah, big time.
The gaming industry is bigger than the movie industry.
It's bigger than the movie and the like television industry combined.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane.
Like video games is bigger than anything out there, bro. And it's like
insane.
It's so slept on, like in a way. Like
it is. It's like people toss video games to the side pretty much still.
Yeah, dude. Even especially like on the professional gamer scene, like they're mocked.
They fill stadiums on esports.
Dude, it's actually amazing. I'm a hardcore Dota 2 player, so like fucking every time TI comes around, dude, I get a freaking hard on like no other, dude. It's like the most awesome.
Who the hell's that?
TI, the international. It's like the Super Bowl, but it's like a week long.
I thought you were talking about the rapper. I was like,
hell no, dude. Fuck that guy. The other guy's like fucking gross, dude. Like looks in his daughter's vagina. Oh yeah. No, it's called the international, dude. But like I fucking respect like professional gaming, like
just like you respect Kobe's game.
It's just humans like at an advanced level. Like they're elites, but in a different aspect.
Yeah.
You know, they're just sitting down and shit, but so are chess players, and they're revered in society. Like, oh my god, this guy's a grandmaster chess player.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's like, he's like, that's all he does.
Yeah.
I mean, it
takes some brain power, but AI like.
Yeah, marked him like 20 years ago.
Well, not only that, AI marked Dota 2 as well.
Yeah, but it took 20 years later to get to that point because Dota 2 is way more complex.
Yeah, for sure.
Than a fucking game of chess, you know? So, yeah, I can respect the art. But my point is, our culture, the American culture, hasn't gotten to the point of like respecting professional gamers yet.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
It's getting there, but man, it's got a long way before you're comparing like TI to Kobe.
Oh, you mean like Dota pros?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while. Yeah, I think like this generation coming up is gonna get to that point.
It's possible for sure.
Because like literally all the kids growing up are gaming, like all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we grew up, if you were a gamer, you were like the fringe. You were the weirdo, the geek.
Yeah, that's right.
They made fun of you. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You play video games? Like, dude, you're a fucking loser. Like shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not happening no more. But, you know, it's interesting, man.
So, yeah, we're going to try to have Ben on pretty soon, like maybe in a couple more weeks. I know he's working on something that he wants to like really push. And I got a peek at his white paper. And it's pretty interesting, like what he wants to do. And I don't know. I think there's a way that he can share his breeding engine with the community in a way that doesn't like overtake his competitive advantage. Because right now with the breeding engine, like you can really optimize your current roster of Axies.
Yeah. But
I think your stash of Axies will never be bigger than the community's stashes of Axies. And so if somehow you can optimize access to 50,000 Axies versus your 8,000, like you have more flexibility in optimizing your own team of Axies, right? So I think there's an opportunity there. There's stuff still to figure out in terms of like business model, but I think he's on his way.
Yeah, the dude was super passionate, man, for sure.
And he really likes Decentraland as well. I think he was texting me about it. And he wants to start contributing to Decentraland from an Axie perspective. And I think there's ways to do that nobody's touching.
No, you mean you could, Decentraland's open to anything, man. You can put anything in there, whatever the fuck you want.
Speaking of Decentraland, the launch is February 20th.
That's right. It's been announced.
And we're going to be participating at the launch. And there's some interesting things that are going to be happening for the launch on particular parts of land.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're talking about it in the Discord, so it's public information, but I don't know how much we can share. But some cool things are going to be happening on
either
that
way,
day.
like you don't want to miss that, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
if you're listening,
if you own land, if you've been like even aware of the project for like the last 2 or 3 years, dude, you can't miss this.
Yeah, this is the culmination of everything that's been talked about.
Like this is one of the bigger projects like in crypto period.
Yeah.
Like one of the bigger ICOs.
It's the most ambitious. I haven't seen anything more ambitious than Decentraland.
Yeah, for real, dude.
And
it's actually crazy. Like it's crazy to think about, like what when you actually think about it.
Yeah.
Like what Decentraland is and what it could mean, and like what it like right now. It's kind of like in a birth phase, so everything is controlled by this team.
Yeah.
The Decentraland team, but they announced during this announcement, or this launch announcement. I mean, like they're gonna launch the DAO too.
Yeah.
All these decentralized features. Like this is it. This is their moment to like peace out.
Yeah.
And like we have to,
take the
torch,
the baton or the torch.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. You enter into Decentraland and it's incredibly deceptive as to what it can be. Like you're limited by your imagination. You're limited by your development skills.
Yeah.
I mean, really, anything can be done in Decentraland. It's like the early .com boom where like people are trying to figure out how to like
exactly,
monetize websites.
But that's the whole point. And I think like these guys they laid the groundwork like pretty well.
Yeah,
I'd say brilliantly. I guess like it's pretty. Like they knew from the get go like what they were doing. Like they're just their role is just create the platform and just let the community like do with it what they will.
Yeah,
exactly like Satoshi when he created the Bitcoin. Just like let the community do it. This thing's either gonna take off or it's gonna flop. But we're gonna put it out there and see what happens.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense for them to do that.
Yeah, and it's finally happening. It's, and from what I heard, I think like expected numbers minimum, I think is like 10,000 people have signed up or something like that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
dude.
they're expecting 10,000 to be in Decentraland on the launch day.
Dude, okay. See, like this is gonna be one hell of a test because like every tests that we've been to, maybe there's like maybe 200 at max.
Yeah.
People participating. So what the fuck's gonna happen here, dude?
Yeah.
This is gonna be
That's gonna be so interesting, man. This is like a social experiment, like literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And us ourselves, like we actually have to like do some shit.
Yeah, we have to do some work because
we gotta prepare.
Yeah, we're gonna be launching a couple new games on that day, and all our games are ways for landowners to make money, and so we have to activate all that stuff because right now you can play for free, and not after February 20th you can't.
Yeah, the idea is you want people to like stroll by like our block runner tower. You know, we made it transparent for a reason, right? So you don't want like a big, like a walled off tower, like nobody's gonna see what's inside.
That's right.
We have glass walls and floors, so like, you know, the activity is to be witnessed.
Yeah,
from afar, I guess is what you'd call it. So you want these newcomers to come by and be like, oh shit, you know, there's shit actually happening. You know, there's a ghost roaming on one of the floors, and there's like a wall coming at you on another floor. So you want them to hop in, and like, you know, actually try and play. But also, like, hopefully, it's like we need to make it intuitive enough for them to understand, like, hey, you know, like it's, you know, they're
they need to be able to see the tower and like automatically know like what to do.
Exactly. I mean, it's not that hard. I think people will figure it out. And
Toxic Sam is like dropping bombs. Like he's building something huge.
He literally, like a megalith fucking creation, dude. Dude, his studio, man. Like I talked to him, or he talked to us. He posted a story.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll leave it in the description or something.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what Scent is? Scent, that website?
No.
He posted it on a site called Scent. I think it's like I don't know, it's another platform where you can get like, the users can like, instead of like upvotes, it's like you're making money.
Oh, okay.
Type thing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's sort of what EOS wants to do with voice.
Kind of, but yeah, he posted it on there, and then I was like, ooh, this is kind of an interesting website. And he, you know,
did you do the questionnaire for voice?
Fuck no, I didn't do.
You need to do it.
I don't use social media though. The first question is like, do you use social media?
Just say yes, dude.
I just said no.
Oh
no, I didn't say anything. I just like swiped off.
Dude, what? Dude, just fill it out because you might not even get in.
Oh shit, you're right.
If you don't fill it in. You have to, man.
I have to lie then, dude. I can't lie, Will. Like George Washington, dude. Too noble.
All right, so we just jumped into Decentraland here. Let me go to our plot.
Are you typing?
Yeah.
Oh, down there. That's right.
Well, let me just change it up here.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the reaction. You know, people who like are not involved in this project. There's a lot of people who are like they've been waiting. You know, they haven't been gotten whitelisted or whatever. They've been really waiting to hop in this world.
Not only that, there's some haters out there waiting.
That's true.
And you're never gonna satisfy the haters, so they don't matter. So
yeah, we already said on this podcast before, like, dude. Like we're not even like 100% on, like, you know, I don't think they need to do all this like launching event and stuff like that, but I think they do at the same time.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
Yeah, for that perspective, but it's like I think this thing is gonna grow like Minecraft did, meaning like it's just like humble like beginnings where like like Minecraft looked like shit at the start.
Yeah, for the general gamer, they're gonna jump in and be like, "What the hell is this? What's the point of this?"
Yeah, I imagine that's what people thought when they first hopped into Minecraft, right? It was probably super crude and like basic, but the elements were there to like, you know, people picked up on it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's not like Minecraft or any game that's ever existed because the gameplay is completely dependent on developers, like crowdsourced developers.
See, that's the thing. This isn't even a game, dude. This is literally, it's just like,
it's like the real world.
It's so hard to fucking like quantify, or whatever. It's just a sandbox, bro. Yeah, it's like it's up to the developers to recognize the value in it the ecosystem. Oh shit, here we go. I haven't heard this song in a while. Oh yeah. See, like, this is a perfect example. Like, you know, a traditional gamer would be like, "Yo, dude, this thing's taking a while to load." You know,
but they don't understand.
You know, like, this is the fucking Bronze Age, bro. Chill out. Like, this thing isn't gonna
pop into existence.
Yeah, like,
yeah, you gotta remember this is running on a browser.
Yeah,
and typically browsers don't use like your computer's hardware, right? It doesn't use your video card or. Not to the extent it can use the video card. So we have clashing music with our neighbors.
Yep. Here we go.
Premiumbeat.com.
Wait, who's on top of the leaderboard? Curious.
It's Pablo Est.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we got Randall.
11 days ago. There we go.
See, we're thinking that in the future, like, these leaderboards are gonna be like etched in stone. In the sense, like, it's going to be really hard to get, like, 1,000 jumps. Or 10,000 in the future. So they've messed with, like, some of the mechanics. Like, I don't feel like I'm moving as fast as I used to. Or I feel like used to. And then when you hold shift, you start walking instead of going
so they
faster.
slow down, like, the movement speed.
Yeah. So, and the reason they did that is to make the world feel bigger than it is.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, like, scale it to what you would expect.
And yeah, the reason why it's a little choppy is because we don't have the greatest of hardware.
Yeah.
And we're running a bunch of shit. So, FYI. Anyways.
But I feel like I'm going way slower, dude.
Really?
Like it used to not take us that long to go from one corner to the other on this tower.
No, used to fly around this bitch.
Yeah.
Like, literally. I used to like.
So another thing that we're expecting soon, well, not soon, but eventually from DCL developers, is that we'll have control of the physics per parcel. So, like, for example, this is a 2x2 parcel, and right now this 2x2 feels huge just because I'm so slow. Mm-hmm. And so what we expect to do eventually is we'll be able to move faster, jump higher, so that our games are a little bit more entertaining.
That's right.
And so having that ability to control the physics allows us to make different types of games.
Oh, my Pikachu's still there. Oh, yeah, dude. What does that say? Twin?
Mint Cloud and, oh, yeah, Mint Cloud.
Nice. Dude, who the hell did the Decentraland logo?
I don't know, but it looks...
Dude, that's pretty fucking nice, dude. Whoever did that. The idea behind this is our graffiti wall. You just pay 10 mana, and then you could do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, put Yang Gang if you want.
You draw a giant penis. It's all up to you, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
if you don't like it, you can pay 10 mana to change it.
Exactly. But eventually, I think there's going to be a new game there.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to fill these spots with 2 additional games.
Yeah.
And again, they're designed for you to deploy on your own land to make passive income.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can do that with metazone.io. And this whole world launches February 20th.
Yeah, man. It's going to be exciting. For real. I mean, it's going to take fucking forever to explore it, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at this speed. Like,
oh, yeah. You're going to... Dude, it's going to take way too long to explore.
But luckily, like... I mean, if you...
Decentraland is huge, folks. It is huge. It's bigger than CryptoVoxels by like 8 times.
What is this property is a 2x2?
This is a 2x2.
So there's 4 parcels just like in this one little...
Yeah, there's 4 parcels in our tower.
Yeah, but there's 90,000 parcels total.
Yeah.
So that gives you like an idea of like the scale and like that grid and that mini map. Yeah, each little square is a parcel.
Each little square is a parcel, correct.
So, yeah, dude. So if you plan to explore by foot, you have a lot to
Yeah.
You have a lot to occupy your time over the next probably couple weeks or whatever, how long it's going to take you to do. But if you want a shortcut, you can always go to DCLplazas.com too.
That's a good plug, dude.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm sure Rio's going to appreciate that if you're watching Rio. For sure. If you don't want to do all that like fucking bitch walking, you know what I mean? You can go DCL Plazas and like he's got all the hotspots already coordinated for you.
Yeah.
You just hop right in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, DCL Plazas has like an entire map that has all the hotspots on there, and then you just click on it, you jump in, and there it is.
Yeah, literally like Google Maps, dude.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing.
Just as useful. But yeah, anyway, so announcement has been made, dude.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, and so like I said, we're going to be participating in it, so something interesting is going to be happening on specific parcels that are participating. So you want to be there. You don't want to miss it because
you just want at least witness the spectacle, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming everyone's, they're going to drop in at Central Plaza, dude. Dude, okay. There's no way it's not a lag fest. If like everyone gets dropped in Central Plaza, there's no fucking way that shit doesn't like crash.
Yeah.
I'm expecting like some serious problems, honestly. Just because of the nature of the experiment, dude. It's fucking crazy.
I agree.
You're just introducing like an untested element, you know?
Yeah. So I can't wait. I mean, it's coming up pretty fast, and it's going to be here in a blink of an eye. And, we hope you can join us, and maybe we'll do a live stream of the whole thing.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If it's even possible, we'll try.
Yeah.
We'll try our best.
Yeah, so let's end it here. And thank you guys for bearing with us on the whole delay thing. But we're going to try to get back on schedule and start posting earlier in the week. So, yeah, we appreciate you joining us. Make sure you follow us on The Block Runner on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And then like and subscribe. Make sure you comment. We reply to every single comment on YouTube. So yeah, let's continue that dialogue. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next week. All right, peace.
All right, later.